Good morning, friends and family. This morning we are going to make a easy crock pot recipe, fairly easy, that everybody really seems to enjoy as well. Started as this recipe, smoked sausage and hash brown casserole. I'll post a picture of this as well, but for the ingredients, but it's gotten modified quite a bit. But for it, 3 tablespoons of butter, actually 4 tablespoons of butter. I changed that. 4 tablespoons of flour, a cup of water, looks like 1.5 cups of milk. We're going to make our own kind of sauce soup for this. There's something called Better Than Bouillon out there. It really is what makes the flavor of this recipe. So it says like three teaspoons of this, teaspoon of thyme, and a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. We'll show you how we make all that stuff and actually what I'm going to add when we get there. Also, the smoked sausage part, I'm pretty particular that this is the brand you're looking for. It's called Slotkowski. It's just, you can use probably anything you want, but it's just an incredible Polish kielbasa, Slotkowski. Then we're going to need potatoes. So I found these near the eggs in the grocery store, simply potatoes. Diced potatoes, you can get stuff with onions, you can get different flavors. This is all I could get from the Instacart right now. And then some cheddar cheese. First thing we're going to do is cut the sausage. Seems like I always forget to tell you one ingredient. Onion. You need a small onion diced up too. So in the crock pot, I've got my small diced onion, my 2 packages of Slotkowski Polish sausage, and the 2 bags of Simply Potatoes are in the crock pot right now. And now we're going to make our homemade cream of chicken soup for it. All right, so the recipe says to melt our 4 tablespoons of butter. Then we're going to whisk in our flour if I can find it. All right, I found the flour. Butter is melted. Whisking in. So we're just making a roux. Whisking in the flour. Let this cook for about a minute. Get it nice and golden brown. All right, now that the roux is cooked for about a minute and thickening up nicely, we're going to add about 1.5 cups of milk. Get that whisking in nicely. Got to kind of be on top of this because, we don't want it to burn. All right, we've got our milk, flour, and butter. Now we're going to add some of this Better Than Bouillon paste. It says 3 teaspoons. So I'm just going to use regular spoon for that. It's real thick stuff. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to whisk that in nicely as well. Get it all blended. Everything's mixed nicely in there. We're going to add our spices now. Some poultry seasoning and some thyme. It says teaspoon of each, roughly. There's our poultry. There's our thyme. Mix that up nicely. Let it cook for about 10 minutes. Probably add a little bit of water too. We don't want it getting too thick. This is going to be kind of soup consistency when we're done. Smells pretty good. So I added about a cup and a half of water to it. I'm going to cook it for about 5 minutes, and I'm just going to pour it right over the top of everything else in the crock pot. And then add the cheese. All right, so I let this cook, like 5 minutes. Got it kind of thick. I'm going to pour it right over the top of this. So in here we have our 2 packages of Slakowski Polish sausage, 2 bags of Simply Potatoes, 1 small onion, and then we're going to pour this sauce right over the top. Stir it all up. If it's too thick, as it sometimes starts out to be, easily just add another cup of water. It's going to cook for 8 hours in here, so, it'll all cook off. Another cup of water, so that's technically a total of 2.5 cups of water, cup and a half of milk in the soup. All mixed in, we'll add our cheese. I think the recipe says a cup and a half. That's pretty good. Might as well throw it all in there. Mix it up. It's going to be on low for 6 to 8 hours. Now, this crock pot recipe is better if you can stir it occasionally, even every couple hours because of all the cheese. But that's it. We're gonna turn this on low, 6 to 8 hours, and it's a delicious crock pot recipe that the whole family loves.